Premises liability and building code. When it comes to owning or managing property, understanding the nuances of premises liability is crucial. This legal concept holds property owners and occupiers responsible for accidents and injuries that occur on their property, especially if negligence in maintaining safe conditions can be proven. An essential component of this liability revolves around adherence to building codes. These codes are established to ensure safety and protect public health, and failing to comply can significantly impact a property owner's legal standing in the event of an accident. From inadequate building structures to faulty electrical systems, every detail counts in the eyes of the law. Understanding premises liability in New York. Premises liability refers to the legal responsibility that property owners, and sometimes tenants or managers, have to ensure that their property is reasonably safe for visitors. The core idea is that the property owner could be held legally liable if someone is injured due to a hazardous condition that the owner should have addressed. Elements of a premises liability claim. Ownership, control of property. The defendant must own, lease, occupy, or otherwise control the property at the time of the incident. Negligence. It must be shown that the property owner was negligent in the maintenance, repair, or management of the property. Causation. The negligence must be directly linked to the injury. This means the dangerous condition must have caused the injury. Damages. The plaintiff must have suffered actual damages, such as medical costs, lost earnings, or pain and suffering, as a result of the injury. Legal principles governing premises liability in New York. Reasonable care. Property owners in New York are required to maintain their property in a reasonably safe condition. Foreseeability of harm. A key factor in determining liability is whether the property owner could reasonably foresee that their negligence would likely cause harm. For instance, if a property owner ignores the repair of a broken staircase that is frequently used, it is foreseeable that someone could get injured. Comparative negligence. New York operates under a comparative negligence system. This means that if the injured party is found to be partially at fault for their own injuries, their compensation may be reduced by their percentage of fault. 4. Status of the visitor. The level of care owed by the property owner can also depend on the status of the visitor, invitee, licensee, or trespasser. Building codes. A key aspect of premises liability cases. The New York State Building Code is a comprehensive set of regulations that cover various aspects of building construction, including architectural, structural, plumbing, mechanical, and energy conservation standards, among others. Importance of building codes in premises liability. First, they establish minimum safety standards that buildings must meet, such as specifications on fire safety, structural integrity, and emergency egress, ensuring that buildings are safe for occupants and visitors. Building codes also protect against a wide range of hazards, from structural failures and fire risks to electrical and plumbing emergencies. In premises liability cases, the failure to adhere to building codes can be direct evidence of negligence. If an injury occurs because a building does not meet the legal standards set out in the building codes, the property owner can be held liable. Model codes and adopted codes. Model codes are sets of guidelines developed by experts and serve as a blueprint for safety and compliance. They are not legally binding until adopted by local or state authorities. Examples include the International Building Code and the National Fire Protection Association codes. Once model codes are adopted by a jurisdiction, they become legally enforceable standards that must be followed. In New York, these adopted codes dictate the minimum requirements for safe construction practices and building maintenance. Compliance and enforcement. Compliance with building codes is monitored through various enforcement mechanisms such as building inspections and permitting processes that ensure all constructions meet the required standards before they are deemed fit for occupancy. Non-compliance can lead to severe consequences, including fines, forced closures, or in severe cases, criminal charges. Duty of care. Responsibilities of property owners. Safety and maintenance. Property owners must ensure that both common areas and individual apartment units are safe and well maintained, complying with the Housing Maintenance Code, HMC, and Multiple Dwelling Law, MDL. This includes conducting regular inspections to identify and address potential hazards, ensuring all installations such as heating, plumbing, and electrical systems are in working order, and maintaining the structural integrity of the building. Legal compliance in rentals. This includes renting only those spaces that are legally recognized as residential units according to the certificate of occupancy. The law requires owners of residential properties with 3 or more residential units, as well as owners of 1 to 2 family homes, if not occupied by the owner's immediate family, to register units annually with the Housing Preservation and Development, HPD. Additionally, if the building is rent stabilized, rents must be registered annually with New York State Homes and Community Renewal. Security measures. This includes installing proper locks on doors, maintaining adequate lighting in common areas, and, in some cases, implementing security systems. These measures are not only a part of providing a safe living environment but also help in complying with legal obligations that aim to prevent harm to tenants. Environmental safety. The responsibility extends to ensuring that properties are free from harmful substances such as lead paint and asbestos, which pose significant health risks. Common types of hazards and violations in New York buildings. Building codes are a set of rules and standards set by local, state, or national authorities that outline the requirements for the construction, maintenance, and operation of buildings. 1. Inadequate lighting. Adequate lighting in common areas such as hallways, stairwells, and entry points is mandated by building codes. Insufficient lighting can lead to accidents, including slips, trips, and falls, making it a frequent subject of premises liability claims. 2. Sidewalk and walkway maintenance. Property owners are responsible for the upkeep of sidewalks and walkways surrounding their buildings. Cracked, uneven, or poorly maintained surfaces are significant tripping hazards. 3. Balcony handrails. Balconies must adhere to safety standards that include the proper installation and maintenance of handrails. Defective or improperly installed handrails can lead to falls, particularly in multi-story buildings, and are a common issue cited in building code violations. 4. Fire safety compliance. Common violations in this category include blocked fire exits, malfunctioning fire alarms, and inadequate fire suppression systems. These violations can have catastrophic consequences, including injuries or fatalities during emergencies. 5. Faulty equipment and appliances. Building codes also regulate the use of appliances and equipment within buildings to minimize risks such as electrical shocks or fires. Experienced legal help from Kucher Law Group. The intersection of premises liability and building codes is a critical area for property safety and legal compliance. Property owners have a duty to ensure their buildings meet specific safety standards, but when these standards are not met, the consequences can be severe. If you or a loved one has been injured due to such negligence, it's important to act swiftly to protect your rights and seek the compensation you deserve. Remember, the support of a skilled legal professional can make a substantial difference in the outcome of your case. A Brooklyn premises liability lawyer can provide the guidance and advocacy needed to navigate the complexities of your situation effectively. If you're ready to take the next step towards securing justice, contact the Kucher Law Group today at 929-563-6780 to schedule a consultation. Together, we can work towards holding negligent parties accountable and ensuring such oversights are not repeated, safeguarding others in the community.